After multiple spy pics and a lot of teasers and official information sharing from the company, we finally are today here with the MG Astor. And today we are going to have a short walk around and a deep dive into the features that this car will offer at the time of its launch. Now in terms of design, well, this is what you would find internationally as the ZS, but it has been given some tweaks to make it look different, and the biggest change in the exterior is this grille. MG calls it the Celestial grille, and of course you can see why that name has been chosen because of the pattern. And you have these Hawkeye LED headlamps here. The headlamps are quite striking. They've got this nice DRL, and also it's a dual DRL, so while you have this element on the top, you also have these diamond elements inside. So the overall effect you get is a very rich and a premium one from this vehicle. Of course, if you look at the bumper and the overall design, again, it has a dynamic stance to it, and it also has a nice SUV, a sporty SUV effect to it. Now, one of the biggest things that a lot of you will notice is that when you look at this car overall, it doesn't come across as a completely new design. It resembles the ZS EV because, like I said earlier, it is the international ZS. But if you look at the changes, there have been a lot of updates to this design, and one of them is these alloy wheels. Now you've got this turbine effect alloy wheels, 17-inch wheels, and they fill up the wheel well quite nicely, and they look smart at the same time. Also, if you look at the character lines on the side, the vehicle has got a very strong design and it looks dynamic. Even the roof line, which tapers slightly towards the rear, looks good, gives it an energetic and a kinetic stance. The roof rails again look good, and the rear, well, the rear is my personal favorite. So let me tell you why. And once you come to the rear section, well, this is one of my personal favorites because, well, of course, you can see this tail lamp design, very sleek and similar to the front one. So you get this top LED part, and you get again these elements which is similar to what you saw in the headlamp. Looks sleek, looks very good in dark conditions. Also, when you look at the overall rear, if you look at the lower part of the bumper here, these black inserts here, and you can look at these dual exhaust tips, which are not functional by the way, but they give a very good sporty look to the rear, and the overall effect is quite nice. So if you look at the Astor overall, well, the rear in my personal view is the one angle where you get the best look out of it. And overall, well, it is a good looking SUV, it is a smart looking SUV, and it looks premium, which is the most important criteria for a lot of consumers these days. Now, we're used to seeing on most MG vehicles the badging on the side, internet inside, but here you see AI inside. So what does that mean? Well, to find that out, let's get inside the cabin. And once you step inside the Astor, you are greeted to a very good looking cabin. Of course, this color that you see here is not the standard color. There are three options, but this is the one that we're seeing right now, and it is my personal favorite, but you'll also get a white and a black combination. But the color here looks very nice, and you've got the soft touch dashboard here. You've got this leather finish here, and you've got leather a lot of places in the cabin. So overall, it looks like a very premium cabin. And you have this 10.1-inch touchscreen infotainment system here. By the way, the Astor, just like other MG vehicles, is a fully connected vehicle, so it comes with an embedded SIM, but in this one you have a Geo SIM, and it has the usual connectivity features, so you can use your smartphone, you can remotely start and stop the engine, you can of course track the vehicle, you can geofence it, and you can get vehicle information on your phone. You can do a lot of stuff that you already know that is possible with a connected car. Of course, it gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it has a lot more than that as well. You also get apps such as JioSaavn for music, and well, that really adds a lot to your overall convenience. Also, you get this nice digital instrument cluster here, looks good, has got nice and energetic, cool looking graphics, and gives you information in a very easy and very nicely laid out manner. So that is a good thing. You also have this nice looking steering wheel here, gets a flat bottom design, and the usual controls here for your instrument cluster as well as the infotainment screen. The big change though here is this little chap you see here. I said earlier AI inside. What does that mean? Well, this is the AI system, the artificial intelligence system, which is a first for this segment in the country. So, well, you already know that MG cars are connected, so there's a lot you can do using voice commands. You can do all of that in the Astor and a little more. Now, all you need to say is a quick command, and the best part is that this thing has a display and it has a lot of emojis, so you feel that you're interacting with someone who probably understands you, and it's smart enough to also know who's giving the voice command. So if someone on the co-passenger seat is giving the command, it will turn towards them, and if the driver is giving the command, it will turn towards me. Let's try it out. Hello Astor.
Yes.
What is the height of Mount Everest? Takes a little time.
Mount Everest is Earth's highest mountain, above sea level, located in the Mahilangar Himalayan range of the Himalayas.
So this is basically powered by Wikipedia, so you can pretty much ask it anything. Whatever you would Google and find, you can just speak it out and the car will give you the information based on what Wikipedia has in store. You can also access apps, you can track any score for maybe the games that you follow, a cricket score, you can get news from all over the world. So there's a lot that you can do, and of course you can give it voice commands to roll down the windows on the side and open the sunroof, the panoramic sunroof. Talking of which, this is the largest sunroof in the segment. It covers 90% of the surface area of the roof. So even someone who's sitting at the rear has the sunroof in their view up front. It extends beyond them. So largest sunroof. And coming back to the voice commands, you can operate a lot using these voice commands. So, well, a connected car with an AI assistant, I seriously like this. It's a good idea because this chap doesn't really feel like one of those dumb systems that you feel irritated about. It pretty much knows what it's doing and it's smart enough, and it looks quite cute. So that's a big bonus. Now moving away from the connectivity and the infotainment, well, the overall cabin layout, like I said, is nice. The fitment and the material quality is quite nice. It feels premium, so that's a good thing. And in terms of feature, again, it's a well-loaded car. Like I said, it has the biggest panoramic sunroof in the segment. It also comes with automatic climate control. Of course, we discussed the infotainment and connectivity features. It also comes with the segment first hill descent control, and it also has the hill start assist. It also comes with a 360-degree camera view, so you can get a view of all the surroundings around the car, and you can even choose what angle you want to see in. So right now I'm seeing what's on the side. I can choose for the rear, and you can change these angles accordingly. I can go to the front, and you can also opt for overall top 3D view, which is pretty much what we see in video games. You can also get that kind of an imagery here. So very nice features. Of course, this will go up against the likes of the Creta, Seltos, Kushaq and the Taygun. So if you compare it to those cars, well, it is quite loaded. Some features though are missing. So this does not have a wireless charging pad, which is quite a miss. It also does not get ventilated seats, which you get in the Seltos and the Creta, even the Skoda and Volkswagen Kushaq and the Taygun. So those are some slight misses, but it makes up for them with a lot of connectivity and the AI, and like I said, the largest sunroof. And the biggest talking point, which we will talk about, is the inclusion of ADAS level 2, which is the first for any vehicle in India. Now talking about ADAS, well, advanced driving assistance systems, and this one comes with level 2 ADAS system, and even the likes of Mahindra XUV 700 comes with level 1. So this is a first. Now what does that mean? Well, it has a lot of features that prevent an accident from happening and also make driving a lot more convenient for the driver. So, well, these are the kind of features you get here. It of course has a forward collision warning system, so if you are not attentive while driving the car and the car senses that there is an imminent collision, it will give you a warning, and still if the driver does not pay heed to the warning, the car is capable of braking automatically and preventing an accident. It also gets a rear drive assist, and that makes parking or getting out of tight spots a lot easier. It gets a lane assist system, so it helps you stay in the right lane. It not only tells you if you're switching lane, but you can actually take your hands off the steering wheel, and even if you're going on a longish curve, the car will steer itself and maintain that lane, but you'll need to keep your hands on the steering after about 20 seconds. It also comes with adaptive cruise control, so once you engage the cruise control, set a speed, say if you're at about 70 kilometers per hour and you come across a car in your lane which is moving at 50, the car will automatically brake, adjust its speed to 50 kilometers per hour, and once the vehicle changes its lane or you change your lane, it will automatically accelerate to the pre-programmed 70 kilometers again. So that makes driving on the highway a lot more easier and convenient than the standard cruise control system. This also comes with speed assist system. What that means? Well, we get signs like these, the speed markings on highway. This one reads 80 kilometers per hour. In city, you will get somewhere at places 50 or 30. So this automatically detects the signs, road signs, and you get the information accordingly. So it will let you know that you're driving in a speed limit zone with say 50 kilometers, or you're driving in a zone with a speed limit of say 30 kilometers, so you can be aware of your surroundings and be safe. Another segment first feature in this vehicle is the steering, which gets different modes. So basically all you need to do is go into the system, go into the vehicle settings and go to EPS, and you get 3 modes: dynamic, normal and urban. So of course dynamic will add more weight to the steering, normal will keep it in between, and urban should make it lighter. Now, like I said earlier, this is a walk around video. We are not driving it. We will be driving this car soon. So for now I cannot tell you how any of these systems work. I can only tell you what they claim to do and what they offer. But yes, you get different steering modes, and I think this should be quite helpful, especially in making the drive experience a lot better. Beyond this, in terms of convenience, well, like I said, a lot of features. You also get 5 USB ports, 2 here, 2 at the back, and you get 1 USB port here, which is for the dash cam. So that just makes things a lot more convenient, as you can charge multiple devices on the go in the Astor. Now, once you step inside the rear seat of the Astor, well, the good experience continue. The good times will continue, because in terms of space, well, the Astor offers quite a lot. Now, with the driving seat adjusted to my driving preference, and I'm 5 feet 8 inches for reference, you can see that I have a lot of room to spare. I've got a good amount of knee room. I can easily slide my legs under the driver's seat to get a more comfortable seating position, and I have a lot of headroom again to spare. So if you're taller than me, well, even if you're 5 feet 10 inches or 6 feet tall, you will have no problem in terms of space. The seat, well, the seat is quite nice. I like the design. I like the way it has been cushioned. So it is a very comfortable bench. The under thigh support though could have been a little better, but then again, that's something we will find out more when we review the car and we drive it. You also get this nice cushion armrest with dual cup holders, but the treat in the rear seat, like I said earlier, the largest sunroof in the segment, well, it is really gigantic, and because of that, people who love sunroofs are going to have a great time looking out of this. Even the rear passenger, when you look vertically upwards, you continue to see only the sunroof and not the end of it. So yes, it provides a very good view from the cabin, irrespective of whether you're sitting at the front or the rear. Even in terms of convenience, well, the door pockets are pretty large. You can easily stow away 1 liter water bottles and be left with more room to spare. And you also get these rear AC vents here and 2 USB ports. You've got some storage space behind the driver's seat in these pockets. So yes, overall in terms of cabin experience, I think the Astor pretty much hits the sweet spot, because you get a modern, feature loaded, connected cabin, and at the same time in terms of space and comfort too, it ranks pretty high. Talking about the powertrain options, well, it will give you 2 engine options, and those are petrol, no diesel. So you can either go in for a 1.5 liter petrol engine with 110 PS of power, and you can have that with either a 5-speed manual gearbox or an 8-step CVT. The top pick though is the 1.3 liter engine, 1349cc to be precise, and that develops a healthy 220 Newton meters of torque and 140 PS of power, which puts it at par with its key rivals. How is it to drive? Well, we are just doing a walk around, so that is something we will discuss when we drive this car in the next few days. But what I can tell you is that, well, this one will come with a 6-speed automatic gearbox. It's a torque converter unit, so should be fairly good to drive when I look at the details on paper. And also, since it's the ZS, we have driven the ZS EV, and the ZS EV is a pretty comfortable car to get around in, and this, I don't see any reason why it should be starkly different. I hope this continues to be a little on the sportier side, because that's how this is being projected, but again, that's something we'll find out over the next few days. So there you have it, guys. The MG Astor, then, from my first look experience, I think is a very appealing compact SUV. It has got the right kind of design that can appeal to the Indian buyers. It has the kind of features that Indian buyers want in their car today, and it gives you a lot of segment first features, which is precisely what a lot of young buyers want these days. We want features that we can feel good about. We want features that we can brag about to a lot of friends and relatives. It just makes us feel good. And this car gives you all of that. And if you look at the overall convenience, comfort, it again scores high in all those departments. How is it to drive? Well, like I said, we will find that out in the next few days. But from the first look, I think MG has got its work very well done on the Astor when it comes to pricing. Well, MG has always surprised us with very competitive pricing if you look at its track record in India. And for me, if MG can price the Astor directly in sync with where the Creta and Seltos are, but with the level 2 ADAS on top of it, I mean, all of it at the same price, well, that is the point where I think the Astor can create big ripples in this segment.